Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Pranayama and Mindfulness Meditation on Friday, December the 17th. And before I dive right in for today, I just want to let you know that we will be together for those of you that are available. Next Friday is Christmas Eve, the 24th. But I will be here with bells on. So if you are up and around and available to join in next Friday, it will be our last pranayama and mindfulness meditation of 2021. So as you're settling in, again, it's been a little funny finding people. I actually went to go live, which I normally do on my phone, and the live button wasn't there this morning. So I'm trying to find my iPad, and so it is a reminder again. Things are just, the wind is blowing, things are changing, shifting, like almost moment by moment. And I actually just kind of laughed this morning. We were talking about Wi-Fi issues yesterday in class, and things are just, that's all I'm going to say, they're just shifting and changing and just being ready. But here's the thing, as we talk about being ready, and I'm talking about this in one of my amazing groups, that being ready to pivot. Things are, just expect that things are going to change, and then we're a little bit easier to go with the flow. And that just jumped to me this morning again, as I can't find my live button on my phone. So welcome, Carol. Yay, fantastic. Mom, welcome. Suzanne. I think I said Gail, but just in case not, Sharon, Vicky, yes we can, right? Now when we think about that aspect again, even in terms of being ready, I am going to mention a couple of things just around breath holding, because sometimes when we are kind of, all right, what's gonna happen next is that and we get into that holding perspective. And I had actually a great question about this. Wasn't this week, but it has been like, how do I know if I'm breath holding? How do I know when I'm looking at my iPad screen or driving, or just even thinking about something intently? How do I know if I'm holding my breath? Because I'll say notice if you're holding your breath, and then breathe. But here are a couple of things to think about from the perspective of breath holding and noticing again. So we can kind of go with the flow and be ready, just not shocked, not surprised, just ready to change things up a little bit and still keep breathing. So what I find, and you can let me know about this for sure, is that I feel breath holding in the body before the brain, the conscious brain, actually says to you, you're holding your breath. You need to breathe. So there is, again, the body is so smart, and it will try to protect us and hold a little bit. So if you feel all of a sudden tension in your jaw, if you feel it in your neck, in your shoulders, if you have that tightening, almost that butterfly feeling in the stomach, okay, sometimes I'm going to even say sometimes it's around your SI joint, your pelvic floor. That's a very, the pelvic floor and the jaw are very much related. And so and it's a grippiness. It's just like, like a tightness, like you need to stretch. And that very often is a signal that we're thinking and holding, and the eyes are, and this is something I've been working on for a long time, is that concept of really kind of narrowing in. Am my eyes narrow in and my everything kind of comes here, and my breath, and I notice that my breath, that I'm holding it, and then I open up and out. So literally lifting your eyes, looking up when you're walking into the stores. We've talked about that before. You're walking into the grocery store, to the pharmacy. Look up when you go in, and you will actually breathe. Okay, right now with our masks and we're intent to get our to-do list done, right? We're looking down. Our masks are making us look down. So just for a moment, look up. Your diaphragm opens, your breath, everything just kind of, okay, here. And then the other benefit, of course, is that you might notice something that you haven't noticed before. That is really interesting as well. So that is the breath holding. It's that, oh, what is that twinge in my upper back around my shoulder blade, right? What is that? Okay, so I'm going to breathe. And I wouldn't say at that moment to think, hi Solange, to think about, okay, I need to inhale and exhale through my nose. Just breathe. Okay, so you feel that tightness and you just go, right? And yes, if it can be, especially if you're out, if it can be in through your nose, that's fantastic. But it's more important to breathe at that moment. And so you'll go, and sometimes we sigh or we yawn, right? Automatically, because that is what, hey Robin, welcome. So that is what our body does to make us breathe. We yawn, we sigh, but you can notice, you feel that tension and you go, okay, you just want to get it going again. So it can be a loud ha, it can be a, that might be more at home, but it is that concept for those of you that have sleep apnea or know somebody that is a breath thing, right? All of a sudden it's a, and that is trying to get that breath going again. And Andrew Weil uses that in a breath practice before the 4-7-8 breath that we do before bed, because it really does make us breathe. So let's say your homework for the week is, again, just to kind of notice, where is it happening in the body? What is your go-to in terms of the breath? A sigh, a yawn, a hoarse. I can't even do it now. However that works for you. Now, the breath practice, that was just kind of an aside, because again, that question did come up in a different way this week. How do I know when I'm breath holding? One of the breath practices we've been working on has been extended exhalation. So we're going to stay with that today, except we're going to do the counting aspect of it. Oh yes, thank you, Suzanne. The purr is also used as a vocal exercise to release tension in the jaw. Yes, that's exactly it. We're just trying to release that tension, trying to move on from that particular, breath holding position. So, and just fun to play with. So if there's something else that you come up with, let me know too, right? If something else arises and it's working well for you. Now this is as we're moving through the day. Does happen at night, actually. You'll notice when you're trying to fall asleep, sometimes it's, right? There's that sigh, there's that yawn. So for the next few nights, if you'd like to try, because this is the time of the year that our minds are very, very busy. So go back and look at the double or divided exhalation into the 3-part exhalation as well, because that's working really, really well for some of you. And if something's working really well right now, I'd actually like you to stay with it, okay? If you're wanting to play a little bit with our extended exhalation today, we are going to play with 2 to 4 seconds, 3 to 6, 4 to 8 for a few breaths, and then we're going to settle into our mindfulness meditation, okay, where we're again doing pranayama as a preparation for our mindfulness. When we go into our mindfulness, when your attention leaves your breath, actually visualize that thought going away on a cloud, or we're going to take it to the body. You're going to rub your fingers together, you're going to rub your thighs, something that says, okay, bring it back to the breath. Bring your attention will come back to the body and then back to the breath. So if you're ready to settle in, and does not have to be cross-legged, right? I want you to be comfortable with this. I've got a pillow tucked in behind me. We're going to bring our attention to our breath. Just feel the breath in the body. Your eyes can be open even. Can be open and just nice and soft. And just feel the breath right now. Where is it? What's going on? And even notice, right? You might have started inhaling through your mouth. It's a very common practice, or just way that we breathe. So just be with your breath how it is. Some of you will be inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Some of you might have taken a couple of breaths in through the mouth, out through the mouth. So, and knowing that it is in stages, that as we go from holding our breath just to breathing, it doesn't have to be perfect, textbook. Simply bringing your attention to your breath starts to calm the mind, the body. And then as you start to think about some of the ways that we can breathe that maybe might bring some more benefits. That is inhaling through the nose with the mouth gently closed, so that the nose can do its job. And if you can exhale through the nose as well, just settling in with that. Just a nice, relaxed, maybe a little smile. You'll notice right away if you smile, there's a lightness that comes around your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw. And now just notice if the breath is in the belly, if the stomach is moving out as you inhale, back as you exhale. There's movement in the shoulders, there's movement in the rib cage, there's movement in the back, the hips. There's movement actually everywhere in the body on each breath. We will feel certain areas a little bit more, but know that in all the channels, all the cells, the organs, everything is moving and grooving with each and every breath. as we just start to move into a little longer exhalation, there are some little extra benefits that come from a little longer exhalation. It doesn't have to be, and we're not holding, we're not pulling or pressing. We're just hanging out with that exhalation. And now, and as a practice, if you find your mind is really busy over the next little bit and you're maybe finding it difficult to settle into or to let go into sleep. Again, that languaging around sleep, getting to sleep, and very different than letting go. You're letting go of your sleep cycle or your wake cycle to be able to drop into your sleep. So again, if you were going to use this and play with this, you just start with the inhalation, and the timing is going to be different for all of you. So you're going to find the timing that works for you. It's starting with inhaling for 2 and exhaling for 4. So your inhale is in through your nose. Your exhale, again, whatever it is at night, if you want to hear your breath, and your exhale can be out through your mouth. If it feels more relaxing, and you'll just notice this. Right, to exhale for 4, and the timing could be in, 2, out, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but it can be whatever timing. So if your breath is already a little bit long, you're going to slow. It's going to be, for some of you, and it might be a longer in for 2, out for 4. But it's more the concept of giving your brain something to do. You're counting in 2, out 2, 3, 4, in 2, out 2, 3, 4. Just notice that the body is staying relaxed, the shoulders are staying relaxed, you're finding your own rhythm with this. And then again, as a practice, you would do that for a few sessions, and when you think and when your brain thinks and your body thinks it's ready to inhale for 3 and exhale for 6, because extended exhalation, it is working towards that ratio for the body, that the exhalation is twice as long as the inhalation. And the theory is that you'll find a tempo, a rate, a ratio that you'll be able to kind of sink into. You might might start with that inhale for 2 and exhale for 4 for a few breath cycles. And you may actually just stay with that. You might try the inhale for 3 and the exhale for 6, and it might feel a little much, so you'll come back to the 2 and the 4. You may stay with that. And again, if you're doing this at night, you may be asleep in a couple of minutes before you even remember if you got to 3 and 6. And then you know where I'm going with this. But try not to think of this as, we can get a little bit, let's say, competitive with our brain and our body and our breath. So it's really not about increasing the numbers, it's about finding your rhythm. Although it does give your brain something to do. So yes, you could play with then going to 4 and 8, 5 and 10. It's okay to go up and then go, no, I'm gonna go down again. Just gonna play with this for about a minute or 2. At any time when you just need to return your attention to your normal breathing, go ahead and then go back in. Sense of exploration, playing. You know, I always like to add a little ujjayi breath in my extended exhalation. So if you are exhaling through your nose, you can still hear and feel your breath a little bit. That's ujjayi breath, ocean sounding breath. It is okay to feel a little bit of that kind of lifting and strengthening at the end of the exhalation as you play with it. It's an added benefit. Toning. Giving us strength from the inside out. Just a couple more breaths. And just noticing now as you bring your attention back to the rhythm of your natural inhalations and exhalations, you're going to notice perhaps that both your inhalation and your exhalation is a little bit slower, a little deeper. And then for the last few minutes, just focusing on the feeling, the depth, the rate, the movement, even the temperature. The air coming in, pathway in your body. And if your mind wanders away from this, focus on your breath. Acknowledge that thought, let it go. And you can move your fingers a little bit if you like to do more of a physical, bringing your attention back to your breath. I'll leave that with you for the last couple of minutes. And as you start to bring your attention back, I'd like you to notice the first sound that your attention rests on and just let it rest there. Could be the sound of your fridge, clock, something outside. Just let it rest there. Really hear it. Just noticing how that sound starts to bring you back, to wake you up in a sense. All sounds, thoughts, everything has energy. Everything is energy. And so let that sound again bring you back, lift you up as you start to open your eyes and stretch through your hands. You might come into a little bit of a cat. Love that. Sorry, jammers. She's giving me the no cats here. All right, so welcome back. Lovely, and lovely to see Ange. You pop in at the, while my eyes were closed. It's a special little gift when I open my eyes and see who's here. So I hope, again, that was helpful for you today at this time. So noticing your breath, notice it in your body as you move through your day. And if you're having trouble falling asleep, Again, that is counting your breath with the extended exhalations, or your 2-part exhalation, or your 3-part. But really, if something's working for you right now over the course of the next week, I would just really encourage you to stay with it. And if you have any questions, to definitely reach out. Hi, Isabel. You're most welcome, Solange. As we bring our hands together, namaste. The light in me honors the light in you. Have an enjoyable weekend. Stay safe, everybody. And so glad, Suzanne. And Monday morning with Suzanne. And again, for those of you that popped in a little bit later, yes, I will be here. We will, whoever's here, to be able to join in on Christmas Eve on a Friday. Oh, I'm so glad, Carol. Excellent. Yeah, good. You're welcome. Bye, Mom. See you soon.